Long before the flood erased the ancient world, before history was broken into fragments and myths, there was a time when heaven and earth were closer than we can imagine. Humanity was young, the world was untouched by war, greed, and conquest. And according to ancient tradition, God appointed watchers, not rulers, not kings, but guardians. They were called the Watchers, 200 beings of light, sent not to interfere, but to observe, protect, and guide humanity from a distance. Their command was clear: watch, protect, but never cross the boundary. Among them stood a leader, calm, respected, and burdened with responsibility. His name was Semjaza. Beside him was another, brilliant, curious, and dangerously ambitious, Azazel. They descended together, not to rule the world, but to stand above it, settling on the high mountains where earth meets sky. From there, they watched humanity grow. They saw people learn to build fires, sing songs, love one another, and raise children beneath the stars. And slowly, something changed. For the first time, the Watchers felt something unfamiliar: desire. Not hunger, not ambition, but longing. They saw humans live short lives filled with emotion, joy, sorrow, love, and envied what they could never experience. Semjaza tried to resist it. He reminded his brothers why they were sent, but temptation spreads faster than reason. Azazel was the first to speak what others only thought. "Why were we given eyes," he asked, "if not to understand what we see?" The Watchers argued among themselves. Some feared judgment, others believed silence from heaven meant permission. And finally, they made a choice. They swore an oath, not to obey heaven, but to protect one another if they fell. That oath changed everything. The Watchers descended from the mountains, not as guardians, but as beings who wanted to belong. To humans, they appeared radiant and towering, beings of light wrapped in flesh. The daughters of men were afraid and awed, and the boundary between heaven and earth was broken. The Watchers took human wives. From that union came children unlike anything the world had seen before. They were called the Nephilim, giants. Their strength was unmatched. Their hunger was endless. At first, they ruled as heroes, then as kings, and finally as monsters. They consumed the land. They consumed animals, and eventually they consumed mankind itself. Semjaza watched cities burn. He had wanted to share light. Instead, he had unleashed darkness. But Azazel saw opportunity. "If knowledge creates power," he said, "why should humans remain weak?" Azazel taught men how to extract metal from the earth. He showed them how to forge blades, shields, armor. War was born. He taught women the secrets of adornment: mirrors, cosmetics, jewels, turning beauty into influence. Pride replaced humility. Other Watchers followed. Some taught the movements of stars. Some revealed forbidden medicines. Others whispered spells and hidden names. Humanity advanced rapidly, but wisdom did not grow with knowledge. Cities became empires. Empires became battlefields. Blood soaked the earth, and the ground itself began to cry out. High above, heaven was no longer silent. 4 archangels looked down upon the world. Michael saw justice violated. Gabriel saw innocence destroyed. Raphael felt the corruption infect creation itself. Uriel saw a future where nothing survived. They spoke with one voice: "This cannot continue." Still, mercy was considered. The Watchers, realizing what they had done, sought forgiveness, but heaven no longer listened to them. Instead, they turned to a man, a human who still walked in harmony with God, Enoch. They asked him to speak on their behalf. Enoch listened, but he already knew the answer. When he returned from the presence of the Almighty, his face was heavy. Their children would be destroyed. The watchers would be bound. The earth would be cleansed. There would be no pardon. Judgment came swiftly. Azazel was bound and cast into a desolate wilderness. The Nephilim were driven into madness, destroying one another. Semjaza and the remaining watchers were chained and buried beneath the earth, sealed away until the final reckoning. Then the waters came. The flood did not only wash away bodies, it erased memory. Cities vanished. Technology was lost. Knowledge sank beneath the waves. Humanity survived, but forgotten. And yet, something remained. Fragments of forbidden knowledge, legends of giants, stories of gods who fell from the sky. Even today, echoes of that age remain buried in myths, in ancient texts, and perhaps in us, because history is written by survivors, not by the fallen. And if these stories are more than myths, then the greatest truth of our past may still be hidden. If you enjoyed this journey into forbidden history, like the video, subscribe to The Hidden Epoch, and share your theory in the comments. Because the past is never truly gone. It's only waiting to be remembered.